lives that have been lost to the disease of addiction and to overdose. And we have harm reduction programming. And if you don't know what harm reduction is, it's pretty much a way to reduce any kind of harm for people who use drugs. And part of that for us is through naloxone distribution. We also have fentanyl and xylazine test strips. We do a lot of different things through that programming. And our mobile unit is back in the back. And then there is a table. Erica and Justin are sitting at it. If y'all want wave back there. That is where we've got some free naloxone, free Narcan, some information about the program and how it works. And that's about it with that. I really appreciate you all coming out tonight for this cause. It is a really important conversation that really I wish this whole place was full of people for us to talk about this, but we are losing way too many lives to a preventable, right? We have Narcan and naloxone, so preventable death. And so we're here to raise awareness, hopefully encourage people to carry naloxone on them, just like they would in a first aid kit, just like they would if someone was diabetic or if someone needed an EpiPen, that they would make sure they had that medication, because we never know who is going to be the first one to respond to an overdose. It is a safe medication. It is harmless unless you have opioids. And then if you have opioids, it's helpful. So there is no side effects for using the medication. I know a lot of people fear like using it and something happening. That doesn't happen. The only thing it will do is knock the opioid receptors off of the brain to restore breathing. So that it is a safe medication, and we have plenty of it. We encourage you, if you don't have some, to stop back there and get it. I do want to take just a second to thank a lot of the community members who already carry naloxone and Narcan. I know some of you have reversed an overdose before. I also want to thank our first responders, our EMS, our hospital staff, who are responding increasingly right now to overdoses. And a lot of times they show up in a life or death situation. And so I did want to take a minute just to share some appreciation for that. They're doing really important work. I am not going to stand up here and talk much longer. We have a really neat program for you all. I'm going to let our county commissioner come over, introduce himself, and he's going to speak a little bit and give a proclamation. You're then going to get to hear from a parent who has lost her son to overdose. You are also going to get to hear from someone else who lost their childhood best friend to overdose, as well as their father. And so you're going to get to hear some messages tonight that I hope give you hope. I hope that it also instills the reality of what people are having to experience and go through, that are losing community members. We always say everybody is somebody, someone. So even if you didn't know them, when someone passes away, that was someone's daughter, that was someone's son, that was somebody that was cared about and loved. And so hopefully you will hear a message tonight that really instills the reason that we are here. I know whatever is shared tonight will be exactly what's supposed to be heard. And so I really appreciate you all being here. And I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Elmore.
Thank you. I'm here, Devin, Jeff, invited me to come and read proclamation, and that's my primary purpose for being here tonight. Sitting there thinking, and I would like to say just a few things. Judy, my cousin, is sitting on the front row here, and she's probably, she may remember back in the 60s. I'm dating myself. I turned 70 years old in May, so I'm getting on up there. So, and in my past life, when I was in my teens and 20s, it was fairly interesting. And Judy, you probably remember seeing us running around. But you know, the things we dealt with were not nearly as what you have to younger people have to deal with now. I ran a car wash up on 16421, and I worked for 12 years and worked with a lot of young people, and ages 17 to 20, 21. And I saw a lot of them had substance abuse problems they came through. Some of them drank. And, I never could understand. I would tell them, you know, why do you do this? Why do you? I hired and fired one person 6 years, 6 times because it was such a great person, and I thought, I mean, I loved the kid, but he could not quit. He could not quit. And after about the 6th time, I said, you know, I can't continue, but you just hate to give up. And it's evidently it's the problem is not simple, or you know, everybody just lay it down and quit. So anyway, I've lost a lot of friends, and matter of fact, I saw Jenny Duncan, her pictures up here, and she went to school like coached basketball. My daughter was about the same age, and I remember her well. She could be difficult, but she was just a sweet girl. And when you hear about children like that, you grew up and bless your heart. Anyway, I'm assuming that a lot of people out in the audience have had you got problems and you're dealing with them. And believe me, if I could go through what I did when I was growing up and young, and I've served 20 years county commission. If I can do that, don't give up. There's hope for everybody out here. Believe me. I have a lot of my close friends, and they're no longer here. So, you know, it's and you wonder why. How did I do it? Huh. But anyway, I did. And, but I would just encourage you to just do the best you can. And if you got an addiction problem, just deal with it. Deal with it. And I'll simplify it. I went to a birthday party for a 101-year-old. He was a physician from South Africa down in Davie County last night. And they asked him, you know, what is your secret to life? And he made it very simple. He took the microphone and he said, keep breathing. And that was it. That was his simple answer to his longevity. Just keep breathing. So anyway, I would encourage if you're dealing with things, just keep trying and deal with it. And good luck. Good luck. Wish I had a magic pill to cure all illnesses. But anyway, I will shut up and read the proclamation, and appreciate you letting me be here. Proclamation, Wilkes County. This is from all the commissioners. I represent them and the county government. It says, whereas the county of Wilkes does affirm and acknowledge the harm and hardship caused by drug overdose, and whereas we recognize the purpose of International Overdose Awareness Day as remembering loved ones lost to overdose and ending the stigma of drug-related deaths. Whereas we resolve to play our part in reducing the toll of overdose in our community, which claims the lives of more than 22 residents last year in Wilkes County. Wilkes County, more pending results are yet to be counted. So, and whereas we affirm that the people affected by overdose are our sons, daughters, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, deserving our love, compassion, and support. Whereas I, Keith Elmore, Chairman of Wilkes County Commissioners, do proclaim August 31st, 2023 as International Overdose Awareness Day in Wilkes County. Thank you.
Miss Ginger, you're gonna have to hold it kind of close to your mouth. But I'm gonna introduce Miss Ginger, who I have gotten the privilege to get to know, and she has a really neat story, and we were blessed to get to work with her son for a little while. And so she's gonna share a message, and hopefully it will be helpful and good for someone to hear. And I deeply love her, and I know this is gonna be hard, but I know it's something she wants to do. So I'm gonna turn it over to you, and you can use that.
I've never even talked into a microphone. This is my son, my handsome son, Austin, that I miss every day. I had to write this down because I knew if I didn't, I'd forget what I was going to say because my mind ain't what it used to be. On May 13th, 2022, around 4:30, while I was at work, I received the worst phone call of my entire life. A paramedic with Wilkes County EMS asked me if I was Austin Winkler's mother. I thought he has been in an accident and asked, where's he at? I got to get to him. The words she said to me would change my world from that minute forward. She tells me, and it's hard for me to say it today. She said, your son is deceased. I didn't believe her. How do you process those words? I lived with the fear of my baby boy overdosing for years, fearing the knock at the door, the phone call, but never prepared. You're never prepared. My baby boy that I would hold all night as a baby, and I had always tried to protect, was gone. How would I tell his brother? And what about his babies? My sons and grandbabies are my life. My baby boy was miserable in the addiction and struggled for so long. I have a journal he wrote while he was at Dark Cherry. It was like a drug rehab court system. And reading the pain and the things that he felt tears my heart out. He is healed now. He was saved at 11. He's with Jesus and his granny that he loves so much. And all our loved ones. He had the biggest heart and was so smart, especially with electronics and cars. We were so close. I miss him every second of the day. I want to share with you some Bible verses he had copied into his journal. He wrote this into the journal. It's 1 Peter chapter 1, verses 6 and 7. Wherein you greatly rejoice, though now for a season, if need be, ye in heaviness through manifold temptations, that the trial of your faith, being much more precious than of gold that perishes, though it be tried with fire, might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Jesus Christ. My prayers today are always for the recovering addicts, those still struggling, and the families. My Austin always told me that Devin and her folks didn't treat him like an old junkie. And I want to say thank you for that because he wasn't an old junkie. He was somebody. And I love you guys, Devin. Thank you. God bless you all.
All right. Now I'm doing the same thing y'all are doing. So we're going to carry on and try to continue. And if you need a minute, then we can take a minute. But next up, I want to introduce Jessie Bentley. She's going to come up and share a story about Jenny Duncan, who you will also see, and her father. And so she's going to carry a message for us, and we might all make it through all this, and we might not. So it's okay if we don't. But I'm going to turn it over to you.
My name is Jessica Hurtado, and I was asked to come here tonight to read you guys the eulogy that I wrote for my best friend Jenny Duncan's funeral, which I will read in just a minute. But I first wanted to say a couple of things about my dad, Joey Bentley, who passed of an overdose in 2013. His passing greatly influenced mine and Jenny's relationship. So to tell you about her, I have to first tell you about him. I've understood my dad more since his death than I ever did in his life. God allowed my dad to continue teaching me long after he was gone. After all, there is no better teacher than grief, and nothing can open your eyes like loss can. Time is a thief, and overdose is his right-hand man. It will rob you of the opportunity to make amends, the chance to say I love you or give one last hug, and many other opportunities. But what overdose don't know is that you grow in this kind of pain. That while it was busy tearing you down, God was taking those pieces and building you back up, stronger and better than you ever were. Now you have a new set of eyes that can see the person underneath the addiction. You have a heart that is soft enough that it can bend and mold to love whoever the way they need to be loved. You're wiser, bolder, and more empathetic. You are a better person for having known this grief. So before I begin talking about Jenny, I just wanted to thank my dad for teaching me in his life and even more in his death. It was an honor to be your kid, and because of you, I was able to love Jenny better. Now I will begin Jenny's eulogy after I get a sip of water. How would you define a friendship? Would it consist of empathy, compassion, unconditional love, a willingness to protect someone, honesty, forgiveness, or understanding? Would you fight for your friendship? How each of us perceive friendship could vary. I remember laughing with Jenny when she would brag about our friendship. She would often tell people, you need to get you a best friend like mine who will run someone over for you. Hashtag BFF, hashtag that's my best friend. To clear things up, I didn't actually run anybody over. I may have just hit her ex-boyfriend with my car after he called her a name. Lord, please forgive me. It's funny to laugh about over the years, but truth be told, that word he used still ensues so much pain when I recall that night. He called her a junkie. At the time, Jenny had been doing good for so long, but even if she had not, those words cut like a knife. I looked at her, and the shame and embarrassment I saw creep over her face set something off in me, so I put it in drive, put the pedal to the metal, and I hit him. It tore the whole side view mirror off of my car. Thankfully, he wasn't hurt. But the look on Jenny's face was so worth it. The shame and embarrassment was gone. We laughed until the sun came up, and a few days later, we talked him into paying for the damages. But that word still gets me, junkie. And I feel like I need to put into words what my car spoke then. He called her a junkie like it was her name, like that's all she was, is, and ever would be. That is the furthest from the truth. She is Terry and Lenny's daughter. She's Mindy's baby sister, and she's a best friend, a mother, a cousin, an aunt, a niece, a neighbor. She's a bright ray of light. She's a giggle in a quiet room. She's someone's true love. She's an artist, a poet, and a singer. She was a firefighter, a confidant. She's the dancing queen, a great secret keeper, a lover. She was an adventurer, a shoulder to cry on, and a listening ear. She's a favorite memory, and she's my soulmate. But more importantly than all of that, she is the daughter of the Most High. See, Satan knows your name, but he calls you by your sin. But God knows your sin, but he calls you by your name. And her name was Jenny, a princess to the king, his beloved. I wanted you all to know who Jenny really was. Jenny was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of girl. She had a spirit that drew you in, that made you take notice, and left you wondering, who is that girl? You couldn't help but want to know her more. She literally had a sparkle in her eye when she smiled, and an infectious giggle that she will always be known for. Once you were around her, she rubbed off on you, and you left her presence believing in magic, true love, and fairy tales. When I'm reminded of Jenny, I think of fireflies and road trips, of first kisses and dancing under the moon and playing in the rain. I think of laughter and fresh fallen snow. I think of innocence and the sun reflecting off the lake. These are the things I will hold on to while letting her go. I will always remember Jenny as a best friend, the one that would never let me forget the time I chipped her tooth. Boy, I heard that story all the time, saying when she died, I'll know it's her because of that chipped tooth. The best friend that was with me to spray paint the side of the bar, only to look back as adults and realize we wrote Cool Beans, Jen and Jess, not as cool as we thought we were. All of these things are a definition of friendship to me, and I will always cherish the memories I built with Jenny. Thank you.
Well, I don't know that I could have stood up here and done that. So I just want to say thank you again, Ginger. Thank you, Jesse. We get to hear stories like this every day at the Recovery Center. And every now and then we're blessed to get to hear the other side of that, which is thank you for giving us a Narcan kit. It saved my boyfriend last night. Or thank you for giving me a Narcan kit. It saved my sister. And those are, those we know that those are unique moments that we really should hold on to. And so I'm really grateful for y'all sharing that. I really hope we name this Bring It to Light, because just like I talked about everybody being somebody, someone, I think these are names. These are people. These are situations. These are friends that we cannot forget. I think sometimes we get so caught up in the news and day-to-day life and everything that we forget that we are losing human life to this disease. That these are important people that had the disease of addiction, a disease, not a moral failing, not that they were, while we make bad choices, addicted, not that's what they should be viewed as. And so I'm just glad that we get to be here this evening, memorialize the lives that have been lost, hopefully celebrate the people that are here, because I look around and there's a lot of people that are in recovery. Recovery looks different for everybody. We don't try to choose what that pathway looks like for anybody, because we feel like anytime we do that and anytime we make a decision to tell someone what they need to do, we're interfering with their story and their journey. And so we try to share our lived experience as peer supports. That is our whole organization. We hire individuals with lived experience for that reason. All we can do is share our experience, strength, and hope with people, and hope that we're able to guide them in the right direction. And so I'm really appreciate you guys coming to talk. I have a poem. One of our current residents at Phases also was at Jenny's funeral, and he had went around and spoke to a whole lot of people asking them what they thought about Jenny. And he wrote this poem, and he wanted to be here tonight, but he is working. So I am going to read it because I think when I heard it there, it was special, and I'm sure it'll be special when you hear it. It says, Jenny, in this life full of heartache and pain, you are a burning light and a blazing flame. Your light burned bright and it burned hard, and it is burning still in all our hearts. You had an infectious smile and a unique laugh, so that having you around was always a blast. You were a friend to many and a pain to some, but you were our Jenny and you loved to have fun. Girl, we miss you like crazy, and that is the truth, for yours was a soul that we hated to lose. So we say our goodbyes with eyes full of tears for our dear friend and sister who is no longer here. We love you, Jenny Duncan, and we miss you like crazy. So, see, that was hard for me to just read. I don't know how y'all do it. But we're going to take a little break before, I'm not going to stand up here and talk all night. I would really encourage y'all to walk around and talk to some of the team. If you don't have Narcan or naloxone, get some, but please don't leave, because we are going to do a candlelight vigil as well. I can't go without saying that if you are here and you're a person that uses drugs, we love you. You are probably the most important person here, if that is you. Right now, we are seeing a lot of xylazine and fentanyl being cut into our drug supply. And I share that to share that it is causing a rapid increase in overdose again in our county. and that we've really got to get ahead of this. So if you are someone who is actively using drugs, please don't use alone. We do not want you to be another story that is told up on this stage. Please do not use alone. Erica has a phone number back there that's called the Never Use Alone number. If you don't have a family member or a friend or someone you're actively using with that's able to be with you, please call that hotline. What it does is keep someone on the line with you. If you become unresponsive, they don't get a response back from you, then they will send out first responders, whoever responds first to the call, but they will make that initial call for you. So please do not use alone. The other thing, always make sure you have naloxone and Narcan. We also encourage people to test their drug supply. We have xylazine test strips, fentanyl test strips. The scary part about the times we're in now is that the drug supply is being cut with fentanyl and xylazine, drugs that normally would not even cause someone to overdose. And so cocaine, methamphetamine, things that normally naloxone wouldn't do anything for, it is causing people to overdose without knowledge that that could have even happened in the first place. So that's why I say test what you're using and always come to us, come to our harm reduction program. The neatest thing about what we do is I promise you that if you walk in the door, we will love you unconditionally, like Ginger talked about, regardless of your circumstances. I promise that we will meet you where you are at with no preconceived notion of where you should go. And I promise you that if there is something that we can do to help, that we will do it. So please do not hesitate to come see this amazing team of people that we have sitting around here. I cannot go without saying thank you to my staff. If y'all want to wave, they are all around here. We have a team of about 26 people, and they do this work daily, and they are what makes this organization function. And so I'm really appreciative of y'all. I'm appreciative of your journeys and what has brought you to this work. And I think that is it. So we're going to mingle. I'm going to mingle. If you want to, if you have any questions, feel free to come ask me. And please visit the booths. If you haven't made a memorial sign and you have lost someone or know a friend, please do and hang it up. We're going to keep all of these so that we will have those for years to come, and they'll actually be displayed at the center after this event is over. So we'll take all of those with us. We are not throwing them away. These are very precious memories to us, and please do not hesitate to share them as just another way to bring individuals' names to light. I think that's all I have. Please feel free to mingle, talk. We are going to do a reading of the names. We had submitted a form, and people were able to submit names of their loved ones who have passed away. We will be handing out candles that have holders. We will light those, and we will do a reading of the names followed by a moment of silence and prayer, and then we'll wrap it up. So please feel free to mingle, talk, come ask questions if you need to. Go see Erica back in harm reduction if you have questions about naloxone or Narcan, and then we'll pick this back up in just a little while. Thank you. I want to give everybody a time to decompress. We've heard a lot of deep stuff, and I just want to give everybody a chance to talk, answer questions, and then we'll get started with that. Thank you. Put these in. We'll do that side. I would love for him to. I would love for anybody to. If I have to, I can do it. But if you will, at the candlelight thing, that'd be great. Yeah. You don't mind? And you can, that way is that way. But if you want to talk, just press that switch camera button and it'll be on.
We got t-shirts, sweatshirts for sale. We got $15 t-shirts, $40 hoodies. We got stickers, buttons, keychains. Event exclusive. Good stuff. Good stuff. Buttons. Wish you were here. Here we got some pens. Pens, bracelets. It's cool too. The crowd here walking around. Some have already gotten up. To the stage. It's an area to take pictures here. Our team here.
Oh, there's all dropped in the parking lot one time. That was it.
Hey. We got some locks on. There's a harm reduction van. Meeting throughout the community. It's more of our staff team here. What we got on the table? Some information about our services.
Wednesday, hi. He looks at these. Yeah.
Dude.
Making my mouth with that blood.
We'll be lighting some candles and reading the names here in just a little while. Share a memory. Look at that. That's cool. Color on these. Write a name. Share words of love. Share a memory. I like these two flowers. That's cool. Those. You hang them up. Those. Share some of the memories, faces, people who are up forward here. So here's Stacey. What's up, brother? You doing all right? What's up, Tommy? With the dog. Teddy. Let's do it, Teddy. We'll be doing the candle light here for the next few minutes. Wait for it to get dark. Hang with us.
How are you doing, lady? Yeah. Did you forget she about passed away? I was confused on what you're talking about.
Start lighting candles.
Yeah, it was him.
Sun's starting to go down.
Is that like live on video?
Yeah, you got any words of encouragement here?
Come get involved with us.
There you go. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, that's a good start.
Yeah, get involved. That's right.
Yeah.
I like it. So it's good to put people on the spot.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
I walked around yesterday. Showed all the memories here. Good stories, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even if you don't know the people,
yeah,
it's like,
yeah, oh, yeah. Ooh, tough. Voila, man.
unnecessarily. Like, it doesn't have to happen. It's so preventable.
Cut steep, man. Cut steep. So Riley, getting y'all aware of all the resources and stuff.
Wealth of knowledge.
I know.
She knows stuff.
Yeah.
She made all those guides to go by and everything that we didn't have before. You had to kind of memorize everything or write it down. I'd have like 4 notebooks and trying to think. I couldn't keep track of anything. I think I'll do a lot better now.
Yeah. A lot of times, man, it's kind of experiencing too as you go. You know, that's what I do a lot of times too. Peers, man, I'll walk through it like I don't know, like we both learn together.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Yeah. Constantly learning stuff, man. Constantly learn more resources. All that good stuff. It's starting to get a little bit dark here. I think we're gonna get some candles. We start passing out some candles.
Are we just standing here holding them? Somebody said that like we're getting them, we're like walking together as a group.
Yeah, I thought that was the original plan, was walk up there to St. Paul's, but I think maybe that plan's changed, so I might just do it here. At first we weren't sure about the weather. Yeah. We'll just do it here or we'll walk up to St. Paul. St. Paul's there at the labyrinth up there. So. Be pretty neat.
Tommy has this awesome video. But you are? Okay.
Good event to honor love, man.
It's a great
Share
video.
those memories.
Keep the memory alive.
Yeah. Sure, Amanda went. I thought she was going to grab a can of candy. You get a t-shirt and sweatshirt? So you don't have any money?
No, I got $4 in my name until I get my first paycheck.
Is that right?
Yeah, I'm broke.
Yeah. There's a whole one for you, man.
Yeah.
It's nice. We're going to have some for the recovery route, too. We'll have t-shirts and hoodies and things out there, too. So,
Where are they doing that?
recovery rally.
Where at?
Oh, we'll be here.
Right here?
Yep. I thought so. Did y'all hear that? Recovery rally here, September 9th.
Yeah. Everybody come.
That's right. You heard it from Larry himself.
Yes. Everybody must come.
It's starting to get a little bit darker out here. You can kind of see some of the lights back there. You can see the lights from the stage glowing here. Be handing out candles here shortly. We walking up to St. Paul's, or are we doing everything here?
For one, we worried about the hurricane.
Waiting for it, been holding on patiently.
Maybe think you fit bigger. It's all yards for people. But I think a lot of people's perception is like they're back. If you hear, down.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
bro. It's almost
Yeah.
over. Let's go put this real quick.
Check out the van. This thing's going out in the community. We got all sorts of supplies here. There's some folks getting their pictures. Some of the staff getting their pictures. Hey, good. How you doing?
Haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm good.
Good, good, good. So you got your candle there. I'm
Oh,
looking for.
yeah.
It's Amanda passing them out.
Yeah,
Amanda?
are you looking for one?
Yeah.
Because we're probably not gonna stay. We're gonna go eat. We haven't eaten all day. These birds are hungry. We want to stay and stop and say hey.
Yeah. I'm glad you came by.
So Jim on Facebook, I did. I said, oh my gosh, it's well. We gotta stop.
Yeah.
We gotta stop. So
Oh,
please
so
say
you
hi.
saw it on Facebook. Oh, good.
I did a live.
Good. Oh, you did? Oh,
He did.
okay.
He did.
Okay.
That's how I remember.
That's my first
Yeah.
Facebook live.
So you're not going to stay. I know we got plenty. I know Amanda's
got
got
plenty?
boxes.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Amanda's got boxes, I think. Yeah. We'll go track her down. There's Amanda there. Yeah. Let's see. Hey. Yeah. Too much social media. Hey, really? Jewel. 2 hours. Is that all for the paper?
It was in the paper yesterday. And then when they got the awards, I got interviewed.
So Amanda is walking around with candles. We're gonna wait until 8:15, and then I'm gonna ask that we all make a circle, but I'll come up here and tell you first. But Amanda's trying to make rounds to make sure everybody has a candle. We'll pass a couple of lighters around the circle. That way you can just tell people
Oh, yeah.
like the
Put Jody
person's
on.
name.
He's my PR man.
There
We'll
you
go
go.
in just a few minutes.
We've had to.
Appreciate you being here. I gotta find a candle, folks. Hey. I gotta find a candle. Where? Where's candles? You got candles? Y'all don't have candles either? There we go.
Yep. I got two right here, and then there's a lot of cigarette smoke, so I imagine there's little lighters. There's a lot of cigarette smoke.
I found them. Look at that.
You know, she won't forget you. Gosh, the way she described it.
She just walked that way.
Last year, before I knew.
All right, everybody's starting to get dark here. Set up
Maybe put it
top
on
there.
the stage
There we
so
go.
that
That'll be
the ladies
good.
can see down.
Yeah. Guess we're going to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. You can just-
We step back up. Yeah, we circle.
Yep. It'll be fun. I'm gonna let you open with a prayer when we get ready to start. I mean, I'll ask everybody to get in a circle, and then you can just open with a short prayer. We'll do reading of the names, and then I'll have a moment of silence. Or should we do the prayer at the end after a moment of silence? Maybe I should step away from that.